Hello there, Applebiteys. This is your Applebite Written Writ Ralph talking to you straight from our show here, The Written Writ. The show the Written Writ, look at that. I'm on the other show. It's because of the beginning there. Apple Bites, a show where we take a bite out of the apple and we share it with you. There we go. In all fairness, this Wednesday, we're going to be having another AnimeNYC show because, you know, it's AnimeNYC weekend and we are headed straight in there. And of course, we have a blast, as you can see by our intro, anytime that AnimeNYC comes up on our schedule. And we love heading over there, checking out all the beautiful stuff. And of course, it's been a year since I met you at AnimeNYC. So that says a lot right there. That's how special the show is. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to start off with you because you are going to be at AnimeNYC. So tell all the people the beautiful stuff about you and give them the spiel. Go for it.
Absolutely. Hi, guys. My name is Emily, and I'm the owner of AlpacaSews. I design stuffed animals, cute creature creations, all the fun stuff, and I go all over the country for conventions. I met Ralph the first time at AnimeNYC last year. I've been on, I think it's my third time on the show. He's gotten stuck with me since then. But I always have such a blast selling at AnimeNYC. Well, you're not going to put your email in? You're not going to get your coupon code? You're just gonna...
I do, but this is the work computer. This is the work computer, so it always tells me to do all that stuff.
But yeah, so at AnimeNYC in particular, we do not have our dumpster darlings, which is our big highlight yet, but they will be at New York Comic Con. I'll be on the show talking about them then. But we do, thanks to Ralph, he has advocated for this. I am bringing my sold out baby Mothman to AnimeNYC, along with stickers and a pin just for you. I want you to know that you are the reason this is happening.
All right, folks. See, there you go. You can blame me for the cute little Mothman with a cute little butt.
Yes, this is you can blame him for them invading New York City. But yeah, so I do a lot of especially the company who does AnimeNYC. I've done a few of the other shows, Awesome Con. I think it's the only one other. Oh, and I also did Rose City Comic Con last year. So I've been at this company shows for a little bit, and they're always fun, always a blast. AnimeNYC is definitely the biggest one, though, and it definitely feels it.
Oh yeah, all the anime folks are all over, running around doing their thing.
Yes, and they're my people, and I love every single minute of it. I will say, like, as an attendee, I was saying this a little earlier behind the scenes, but I love going as an attendee to this show. This is one of the few shows I actually love to walk around in. Yep. Sometimes I'm good just hanging out behind the booth. I don't need to see anything, but this, I just love, like, the industry booths that are here. Like Crunchyroll runs it, right? Yeah. And so they have a huge booth. I think Yen Press is also going to be there, which has some great light novels and webtoons and manhwas, which is really great if you're interested in that. And then Copics is there for the artists, the girly pop artists and non-girly pop artists. Yeah.
I have a feeling that this year is going to be all about K-pop demon hunters.
You know what? I'd be okay with that. I'm bringing one helper with me, and since it came out, we were at Anime Matsuri down in Houston, like right after it came out, and like I was just singing the songs nonstop in the booth, and she refused to watch it. And I'm like, no, I'm going to indoctrinate you in the K-pop Demon Hunter fandom if it kills me. And my goal for this weekend is to get her to watch it in the hotel room. That is the goal.
You're in the hotel room. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a captured audience. Where are you going to go? Enjoy the city? No, we're going to be in the hotel room, and I'm going to turn on a children's show on a movie on Netflix.
I gotta say, I'm happy you brought that up because I have a lot of friends that come into New York for these big conventions, and I always ask them, "So do you get to enjoy the city?" And they always look at me like I'm crazy, but I already know what the answer is because you guys, you're in there all day. And then you're tired as heck when you finish the day. You don't have that much time. If you get to go eat something, you're lucky.
Yeah, I will say the one thing. So I've done 2 shows in New York now. I did AnimeNYC last year, and then New York Comic Con last year. When I did AnimeNYC last year for the first time, I came a day early. I enjoyed the city. I went to the museums. I did a ferry ride. After that, I'm like, no, I don't have the energy for that again. If I food around the convention center, I'm happy. And then because hotels are so expensive, like I stay in Jersey, so it takes another hour basically to get out from the convention center. So those who actually, I take that back. My helper does love going out on the town after the show. She took my aunt. My aunt came with me last year at New York Comic Con, and they just went out partying afterwards. Like, I'm glad y'all had that kind of energy.
Yeah.
I'm a simple woman who I just want whatever like pizza I can get my hands on and then fall asleep for 8 hours.
I feel you because it used to be that I'd go to the after parties, and then one year I was like, I am not doing these after parties. One I was getting older too. I'm like, oh my god, you'd be so tired, especially because you'd go to the after party, and then you'd have to be up early in the morning to be back in. Especially if I had an interview early in the morning. Oh, and
I
you
would
guys, anytime I worked
I would do it.
the con, that's even worse because you got to be there even earlier.
I do always joke, especially like in October at New York Comic Con. I'm like, I don't see the sun. I just don't see the sun at all. I go in there and I come out when it's dark. I come in when like the sun is rising, and I leave when it's dark out. And that's kind of the running convention joke is like, let me know if the sun's still outside. But the Javits Center at least has a bunch of windows within view of the exit doors of the convention hall, so I can be rest assured that things are still going on outside.
It all depends on where you are in Javits, because if you can see certain places, you'll see the sun.
Please, just like a sliver of sunlight, please. The air conditioning's so high in there. I'm so cold.
Unlike Terrificon, where we had no idea what time of day it was.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
It was in the casino. You have no idea.
Was there
you walk out, it's like, what the heck? It's still sunny out.
It was the weirdest experience. It's Mohegan Sun, so it's inside the casino. So you don't know what's going on until you actually step like to where there's a window. And we went outside, and it was like late. It felt like it was late. It was late, but it was, it's summer. And the sun was still out. And I was like, oh, my God.
3 for a loop.
Mm-hmm. But that's a great convention, folks. If you guys want to go check out something, and it's in a casino, it's Mohegan Sun Terrificon. It's the show to check out, folks. Oh, man. I gotta say, the Dumpster Darlings was the last Kickstarter that you did, right?
Yes, it was. We did that back in March, and we were fully funded. We did, and then Edgar was funded on our website. So we have 6 little guys in trash cans that are coming to New York Comic Con. My personal favorite is Bernard the Pigeon, though. Don't tell the other ones. They're behind me. They can't hear right now.
I feel like you're in New York, and it has to be Bernard the Pigeon.
Well, I will say, my 2 trips to New York did inspire part of this campaign because of Olivia the Rat. I had never seen rats before going to New York. I'm just gonna be so honest with you. And I didn't know that they were brown. I just kept seeing. I was walking around Central Park and huge rats just kept going in front of me. And then I saw one with a piece of pizza. I was like, yeah, no, this is one of them. This is one of my dumpster darlings. They are in the dumpsters. I have to do this.
So I've never been to New York.
Hello?
There's just rats running loose on the streets.
I thought it was a lie.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, they're trying to fix it. They're trying to fix it.
No, I am definitely out. I have a phobia of like mice and rats, so no thanks.
Yeah.
The good thing
No
is that
interest.
if you'd have to be in a
Yeah,
certain
you
place
could.
and a certain time to see the rats.
Yeah, I really lucked out. I actually did think that they were just coming to me. I thought it was a skill, just spotting all the rats. But
I would say
you know, when I stayed in Jersey, I didn't see any. So I don't know if that says anything.
Well, yeah, well, same thing with Jersey. You got to be at a certain place at a certain
Yes.
time. You know.
But yeah, so I'm excited to bring Olivia the Rat to New York Comic Con and bring her to her home.
Now I'm interested.
Yes.
You know, between the pigeon and the rat, who's
Yeah.
gonna sell? Well, I gotta say,
Sounds great.
in New York, we like the crows too. So.
Thanks.
Listen, Edgar the Raven is pretty good. I do a lot of different stuffed animals. I do a lot of different shaped stuffed animals. I really love the shape of the birds. So I really do want to make an entire bird line because I fell in love with the birds I made for this campaign, which is not
Well, they're
really
cute as heck.
what I meant to do.
Mhm.
So we'll see. Maybe I'll have like a D&D themed bird line come out. Who
Ooh.
knows?
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah.
Warrior bird, fighter bird, pally bird.
I'm just saying a rogue that's a crow. It makes sense.
Oh my god, I can see it.
It
Crow
makes
rogue,
sense.
Rogue crow.
And then a barred parrot. I'm just saying.
You're talking. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Maybe in 2 years. We'll see.
I think you have to sponsor like at-home movie nights, Emily, with like the great outdoors with the raccoon in the trash can. That'd be awesome.
Yes. I'll just host some sort of large like movie screening, and we're just watching what is it, Over the Hedge? I think that would be
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Love Over the Hedge.
Yeah.
All right, so you got dumpster darlings, the baby garden dragons, the sprout cows,
Yep.
the kittens.
Yeah,
The
I will.
kittens were last year's exclusive, right?
They were, yes. So, and we also have our new charity cat line, which is what I'm really most excited about. I made cats off of cats in my own life, baked beans, as you can see, and a portion of profit goes to a charity here in Raleigh. And then for Edgar, actually, in the Dumpster Darling campaign, for every Edgar sold, we donate to Piedmont Wildlife Center here in Raleigh as well. They have actually, he's based off of their Edgar the Raven. And we're trying to help him get a new enclosure made, and we're just trying to really help them. They do a lot of outreach and education in the area. And as an ex-STEM girly who got her degree in environmental science and meteorology, I really do love sponsoring things like that in the local area.
I love when people work like that because you know it's always good to like give back and we like our furry friends.
Yes, and we're trying to do some sort of pop up with them so people can come meet Edgar at their location, so they can see. Also, Peanut the Peanut the possum. I got to meet their rehabilitated possum, and let me tell you, Petunia is not nearly as cute. I have to know my own strengths and weaknesses. Peanut's better than Petunia. I will say that right here, right now. That little guy is the cutest little possum I've ever seen.
What's a rehabilitated possum? Do you have like a drug problem?
No, that's the other one. No, it was they have all these animals who are harmed in some way and they can't be released back into the wild, so they've been nursed back to health, and they are real animals. Oh, speaking of cats, hi Beans.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you'll see him at some point. He likes to be on camera.
Yeah, before you guys came on, he was passing by her right in front of her.
Yeah. It saves everybody. I'd rather see a cat on the screen than me. So
I gotta say, you really do a good job at creating all these. And I like the fact that you get really creative with them. You know, especially like the cats here. You know, they were all in their little cups. And you
Yes.
had them.
They have to. Or they're going to get cold on their way home. They have to stay warm.
Exactly.
When you get coffee, do you just get it in your hands? No, they need a mug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. You know, I know you've done this for a couple of your things, where
Yes.
you actually have like little bits and pieces, or that you use with them, like the cups and the glasses.
Yes.
And where did that come from?
So I started out hand sewing everything. And oh yeah, you can see all of our sprout cows are actually sold out, which is kind of sad, but a new era is coming. But so when I was sewing things, I was sewing a bunch of cows. Like I used to sew like 150 stuffed animals a month and list them online and all that stuff. And then one day I was sewing this little like palm-sized cow, and I had a little paper mache pot from Michael's, and I looked at the two of them, and I put the cow inside the paper mache pot, and it unlocked something. I'm like, I cooked here. I was like, this is the next big thing. And I get asked a lot, like, what is a sprout cow? Like, where did you come up with that? I'm like, is it obvious? It's a cow and a sprout. It's a sprout cow.
See, it's so obvious. You're like, it's sprout cow. Come on.
So obvious, guys.
Just add water. You're all set.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can repot them at home.
But I think it adds to it. You know, especially these little bits and pieces. The glasses definitely adds it.
Yes, we actually we're not bringing them to AnimeNYC because we don't have enough room at the booth. But we do actually sell glasses now.
Oh yeah, I remember last year you had a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yep, we now have glasses you can add to any plushie, and it really adds to it. I feel like I am Build-A-Bear, and as the child who spent hours in Build-A-Bear picking which stuffed animal to get, I caused a lot of heartache for my parents. I'm channeling that into my booth, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm taking so long." Like, I can't say anything. You take as long as you want to pick out the perfect little pair of glasses for your plushie.
Dude, I have to say it adds to it because when you're sitting there in the booth and you're looking at all this stuff, and it's a lot of stuff. And it's a lot of cute stuff.
Yes.
You're like, what do I want? Do I want the one without the glasses? Do I want the one with the glasses? Do I want it just really adds to it, and it gives you so many choices.
You got a picture of one with glasses?
You can go to Dr.
I think I got one here. Hold on.
I want to see this.
Dr. Bovine, the herbologist. He's actually sold out. We recently realized.
I am happy I bought him when I bought him.
I know. Listen, you were ahead of the game.
Look at that. Cute little glasses. It reminded me of my daughter, and that's why I got it.
But yeah, so we are hopefully going to be restocking some stuff for next year. I like 2 conventions a month, so we'll see how things pan out with restocking and shipping things in. But next AnimeNYC, I will say my booth is going to look completely different than what it does this year.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You're constantly changing it. Oh my God, look how cute.
Just a little bit.
You're constantly changing. You're constantly looking at doing something. Well, that's all important because I feel like sometimes a lot of people like to they do a con and then they go, "Why am I not getting an audience?" I'm like, because you have the same booth every year.
Yeah. As I think a lot of my inspiration for my booth designs came from the fact that I was an attendee for so many years. I'm like, okay, as someone who walks around on the show floor, what do I actually enjoy? And as much as I love shopping, listen, I love shopping. I enjoy the experience a lot more. I enjoy like being able to actually like interact with a booth. And so that's something I really am trying to implement, but I'm always trying to improve upon with each iteration. So, oh yeah, I love my cow. I love my UFO cow.
I love the hat.
He's so good. He's so good. Listen, he has a little star. Sorry, that was one of my designs that was actually one of my worst sellers of all time. Which I think is awful because he's perfect.
I'm like
in every
surprised
way.
Because the hat alone.
He's perfect in every way. But that was my one failed Kickstarter.
Interesting.
I know it's like one of those things, like you have to really understand your audience and be like, if you go from making like a sprout cow and then you try and do like an alien plush, the audience doesn't quite transfer. Even though
it makes sense though, because
it,
you the first thing you did was Mothman.
exactly.
It makes complete
I think the problem was my Mothman crowd forgot about me. They left like, oh, she makes dragons and cows now. No, at my heart, I'm always a cryptid girl. But
to me, that's the first thing I think about is the Mothman, yes. Which is like, are you bringing them? And then you're like,
I'm bringing him just for you. Like, legitimately, you're the only reason Mothman is coming to this show.
Woo! Mothman
you've made your impact at AlpacaSews.
Oh my God, folks, his cute little butt alone.
He's thicker than a Snicker. He's biblically accurate Mothman.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And his thighs are thick too. So
yeah, listen. He's based off the statue. If you've ever been to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, you know that the statue is thicker than you would ever expect it to be. And I don't know what Point Pleasant was doing, but I respect it, and I think they're cooked.
Now that you said it, like, I'm picturing it in my head. Oh shoot, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I'm super excited for AnimeNYC, and I'm excited to see you again. I'm excited to see anybody who stops
Definitely.
by. Mm-hmm. I'm at booth 1243. If you've ever been to the Javits Center, you know that there is a little like divot in the hall, like there's a little low ceiling, and I'm right on the other side of that, past the entrance. So
it makes it easier for people to find you.
Exactly. Last year, I was on the complete other side by the food. This year, you don't have to take nearly as many steps. I promise.
They did say, and I know I was talking to them. They said they were going to fix certain things that they did last year, to improve it this year. Because certain people weren't happy, but I hear that they're fixing it.
Yeah, I definitely. Last year, there were certain things that would make it so I would come back, and they didn't. So that is they heard feedback and they improved. So I'm excited to do it again. Also just really excited to get some good pizza and bagels. Oh my God, I'm so excited about a good bagel. That is
a good bagel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat so much, and it's gonna be great.
It's so funny. They go, well, why are New Yorkers like that? Well, because we got all this food here. It's too much food, folks. It's way too much food. Good food.
I'll help out. Don't worry.
So folks, go check it out. She will be there, and of course we will be there to show off her booth and show you where she is, so that you can make it easier trek to it. And of course, me and the Mothman will have an interview.
Yeah, he has important things to say, Ralph. Such important things.
Oh my God, folks, dude, we love having you on because these stuff is great, and I am so happy that I ran into you. I ran into you on Instagram when you were doing the Mothman, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I've been following you ever since. That's why when we finally met up, I was like, oh my God, I've known you for years.
And I didn't even have the Mothman for you.
Ah, that's right, you didn't have it that time. Oh my God, and now he's gonna be there, folks, and we're gonna get you the exclusive straight from AnimeNYC.
Yes.
Oh man. So Bristol, you are the new guy here, so why don't we go over to you? You're going to talk all about your beautiful Kickstarter that's going on right now. And I have to say, when I saw you at Bronx Anime, I was like, I got to go talk to this guy. And then when I came back, you were gone.
My employee dictates a lot, you know what I'm saying? He looked at me, he was like, it's time to go.
Well, that's the thing, when you have your children with you, they decide what your hours are.
It's a package deal, man. I can't deal with it, so it is what it is. But we were there. I was waiting for you. Someone told me I had to wait around, but I seen my son's face.
Well, Manny right away told me, don't worry about it, Ralph. I'll give you the information. He gave me the information. That's when I reached out to get you on the show. Right now, you should tell the people, give them your spiel, because I gotta say, you caught my attention at the show. As soon as I saw the book, I was like, I gotta come back and talk to him, just for the title alone.
Hey, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to keep you on the charger. There's a lot of things going on right here.
I had a feeling when we lost you earlier, that's what it was.
That's what it was. I'm trying to keep you in the charger. My phone is acting. Everything is the universe.
We get it.
The universe is working against me.
Interesting monster.
All right, let me see what I can do with my battery guy here.
Go for it.
All right. Now, the Kickstarter, well, Bristol Media Group. My last name is Bristol, Maxwell Bristol. I'm from Brooklyn by way of Guyana. And this is my second comics. I actually did a Kickstarter in 2022. We raised about 7,300. But, you know, unfortunately, I ran into some things in life. I had to bury like 5 family members within a year, including my father. So I kind of took 2 years off to grieve, you know. And yeah, I mean, you know, it happens. You know, it's just one of those things you have to deal with. I came back, and actually, comic books helped me to come back because of my passion and love for doing it. You know, because I started doing it in 2020. It's something that I never thought that I could actually do. Growing up as a fan who used to collect, but that was like in the like late 80s, 90s. You know, some say the golden era. But I didn't have a comic book store over here in Brooklyn by the projects. We had the corner store, which had a, you know, a kiosk you could turn around, and I was like the purveyor of the store.
Comics.
Yeah. So I was the purveyor. I'm like, you know, you got to get new titles. What's up with the new Wolverine? Alpha Flight's coming out. Because it's actually Wolverine, Daredevil, and Nora and Rag, you know, Silver Surfer that brought me into the game. So I was always requesting, you know, what should come next. And he'd be like, all right, I got you. So I was like, you know, working there without being hired. That was my thing. You know? So, and it's crazy because, you know, I see all this stuff going on in the middle of a war. You'll see kids kicking a soccer ball, right? And I felt like in the late 80s, there was a war. It was crazy. It was like, you know, the crack era epidemic and stuff that was going on. And that going into that comic to the corner store and dealing with those comic books was me playing soccer in a war zone, right? Because everything that was going on to me, you had to grow up quick, a lot of things going on around you. But that kept me as a child, and it took my imagination really, really far. Like I really got lost and immersed in what I was reading, you know? And it just kind of took me over, but it's not something I ever thought that I can do. So when the world stopped and I got to sat down and I really got online and I found out, wait a minute, there's a whole bunch of middle-aged men doing the same thing that I want to do. What the hell? Why didn't nobody give me a call? Where's the email? I don't see you in the spam folder, nothing. So I just went crazy like, you know, a little kid in a candy store, and I just started going, oh, man, cool, you did that, awesome. What's your name? Like, you know, a crazy guy in the park that didn't know something was going on in his first time there. And then I started, you know, I went to YouTube University, started taking writing courses online. And then I said, man, I could really do this. Started coming across some really good artists that was actually making, because I think in images. So they were really making all of these images I had in my head really come alive, just as I see them as in my head. So I was like, you know, man, I could really do this. And it just came so easy, writing comic scripts. The first artist I deal with was from the Philippines, but he did it as a way to pay his rent. It wasn't a hobby. So I hired him, but ended up becoming his student. And he ended up telling me, yo, you write comic scripts good because you're describing everything in the panel vividly, you know? And he's like, I don't really have to guess about what I'm going to draw, you know? And he was like, you know, keep doing that. And I just kept doing it, you know, learned, and it just snowballed into something that became a passion. And that passion helped me to pull out to like borderline depression with all the, you know, the grief that I was dealing with. So all of these, I believe that the greatest comic book, the greatest cartoon franchise. I'm gonna have to come on camera, but I'm just gonna put this on the charger. Sorry.
And don't worry about it.
All right, cool. Sorry.
As long as I believe we're good.
All right, cool. So I believe that the greatest cartoon franchise is TMNT. You know, no argument. I won't argue with anybody because growing up in the 80s, you know, it was everything ninja. I'm a child of cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons, you know.
Oh yeah.
I believe that the destruction of Saturday morning cartoon is what made anime become what it became, the stronghold that it's taken on storytelling, which I totally understand why. You know, it's just a great medium. The animation, everything is just. But cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons, is what raised me. You know, Robotech, Bionic 6, Silverhawks,
Oh, yeah.
Voltron, He-Man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was, and then all the way to the Shaw Brothers at Kung Fu Theater at 1 o'clock. Like, and Ninja was pushed heavily. Kung Fu, Karate Kid, American Ninja 2. It was like, I was a ninja 7 years in a row. My mom sold the costume. So, like, that really raised me. And that guy right there, Robert Nix, as you see the picture below me, he came like my Jack Kirby. He just came that he was always my go-to. I would go use other artists and then come back to him. I would go travel and then come back home. And then I said, you know what, I'm traveling. So I told him, like, this Saturday morning cartoon vibes is what Dr. Dolittle Jr. and the Creature Catchers was to me. Right.
And, like, as we've been looking at these covers, you do have that Saturday morning feel.
Yes. And then you see the TMNT with the animals. So, the influence is there, obviously. And then Dr. Dolittle Jr. dealing with the animals. That's why, 3/4
I
of
gotta
the
say,
team
the
is one.
Cerebrus alone, with the little bow and the glasses.
But yeah, well, let me give you I'll give you my quick pitch. I guess my 30-second pitch. So it's like, who's Dr. Dolittle Jr. and the Creature Catcher? Dr. Dolittle Jr. and the Creature Catcher consists of Maximus Gorillicus, the Gladiator Gorilla, K-Dog, the Ninja Kangaroo, Trisha, the Time Traveler, the three-headed blue dog Slasher, Basher, and Smasher, and last but not least, John Dolittle Jr. Join them on their journey to find the evil Dr. Moreau, find their parents, and along the journey, find themselves. Brought to you by Bristol Media Group, where imagination lives. Join us on our journey to tell amazing stories.
The art looks fantastic. I like what I'm looking at, and right off the bat, this three-headed little dog.
Yeah, that's Slasher, Basher, and Smasher. That's their name to sound like they're tough, but it's really Sharon, Darren, and Karen. And there's brothers and sisters. The middle head is the brother, and the sisters are on the two on either side. Karen has the glasses, she's the intellectual, and Sharon's the diva, and the brother's the big protector that thinks he knows it all. You know what I'm saying? So they're a failed experiment.
And I'm going, this needs to be a stuffed animal.
Yeah. They're failed experiments from Dr. Moreau. And Dr. Moreau is a genetic scientist, and he used to work for the government. I'm the master of acronyms. The same way Stan Lee had alliteration with Peter Parker and everything like that. I'm the acronym king. So he used to work for the government organization called Barn, because Barn houses animals. So it's the Bureau of Animal Recon Network. So he was a mad scientist who wanted to, do his splicing without the responsibility of dealing with the rules of the government. So he actually wanted to do his own thing. So he escaped to his own island of the Bermuda Triangle. They seem not, they can't locate where he's at. So he's over there going crazy, splicing and dicing. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to... Yeah, so you can see that I play in the public domain a lot, because I got Dr. Dolittle. Now I'm dealing with the island of Dr. Moreau.
You're doing that because it kind of gives you a familiarity with the characters, because you're like, wait a minute, I know these names.
Exactly. And then so he's splicing these animals, but he kidnapped the father, and Dolittle Jr. was able to get away. The father was able to save him off the island. But he's been experimented on. He has increased strength, nocturnal vision, and a couple of other powers he's still searching out that the experiments brought forth. And the reason Dr. Moreau wants them is for their blood, to create the Dolittle device so he can be able to contact and communicate with the monsters that he's making. So he still has the father on the island, and the parents of everyone you see on the team is still on the island. So they have an increased ambition and drive to find Dr. Moreau. You know what I'm saying to you? So Dr. Moreau has their parents on the island, and they all now work for Barn and the Creature Catcher Initiative, and that Dr. John Dolittle Jr. is now heading. They were waiting until he came of age, because when they found him, he was about 3 years old. So now he's starting middle school. Yeah, and he's ready to do his thing. So I have a big imagination, guys, as you can see. And then you have Trisha, the Time Traveler. Her father's there. So the island is not only lost, but it's also not in the right time, because he has the time machine and her father, and that's from H.G. Wells, The Time Traveler, the Time Machine by H.G. Wells, right? So Trisha the
I
Time
just love all
Traveler,
the stuff you keep throwing out there.
yeah. So Trisha the Time Traveler has a belt that rivals that of Batman, and everything is made by this big organization called Millennium Corp. So every time she pulls something, it's Millennium Thrusters, Millennium. She is always Millennium in front of it. And they're always wondering what the hell she got in that belt. They're always like, what the hell? What don't you have in there? You know what I'm saying? Because she has something for every. So it's that running kind of joke because I'm like I told you, I'm a child of the Saturday morning cartoons, things like Inspector Gadget, how you never seen the bad guy. And he always was the Claw, and the Claw would just put his hand down on the cat. And the only time you ever got to see the Claw was in the car. Is it the toys? They released it in the toys. It was the only time he was ever shown.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The Claw was only shown and it was never shown. Only in the toy as a collectible. I don't know what it's worth right now, but I know it's worth a lot of money because it's the only time they ever showed the Claw's face.
All I know is whatever she pulls out of her belt is getting 1,000 times greater than whatever I pull out of my belt. So
yeah, man. Something like that.
Folks, let's check out the videotape.
Sorry. Yeah.
My name is John. I started out as just a normal 11-year-old boy about to start junior high school. Boy, was I wrong. Meet K-Dog, the ninja kangaroo. This is Maximus Gorillicus, the gladiator gorilla. This is Trisha the Time Traveler. Meet our dog, Thrasher, Basher, Slasher. I am Dr. Dolittle Jr., and we are the Creature Catchers. Join us on our journey to catch mythical creatures, find our families, and find ourselves along the way. Creature Catchers, squad up and roll out.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, so this is our first children's debut, so I wanted to make the tone, for the child because I just want to have an age appropriate content that you don't have to worry about what's on there. No extreme gore, no crazy stuff, just wild imagination. Back in the time where cartoons didn't have to make sense, they were just weird and crazy. Back,
I know
a rat leading 4 turtles, SWAT cats, cops fighting times and fighting crime in a future time.
all the good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff. Things that didn't even have to make sense,
But it's so funny. It made so much sense, even when it didn't make sense. So.
Exactly. Within the world, it made sense.
It's a comic book. It doesn't need to make sense. Just do whatever you want, Maxwell. You're good.
Yeah. No, but listen, the irony is if you create a lore, you can't go against it. So comic books fiction still has its laws.
Stop. Now you're falling into the Disney trap. Stop that. Don't fall into the Disney trap. I don't want to hear that garbage.
Now my imagination is
wild. I always see it the same way. If you can explain it, it's there.
If you can't explain it, it doesn't matter.
Hey, as long as you try to explain it, people go, "Oh, he tried to explain it. I got it."
Well, it's like Star Wars, right? Star Wars is like, hey, look, the Jedi started out with one lightsaber, then they got 2 lightsabers. Like, no, you can't have 2 lightsabers. Like,
yeah. The arguments start to happen over fiction.
Yeah, it's
all right, guys. I might click out. So if I do, you know why? I'm not being disrespectful. I'll never do that. Well, my boss are going out and try to simultaneously.
We'll have you back on, folks. He's at 1301. He's trying to get to 5,000. He still has 19 days to go, so there's plenty of time to get him.
Exactly.
Come on, folks.
I'm gonna reschedule and I'm gonna make sure I'm at 100%. Man, I'm so sorry. And it was great talking with you guys. I love y'all energy.
No problem, man. Keep up the good work, and we'll have you on again before your time ends up.
All right. Thank you so much.
It's great meeting you.
Good night.
It's great meeting you, and we'll meet again.
Yes, we will.
We'll have a better time. All right.
Yep.
All right. Have a blessed night, guys.
You too. Dude, this is great. This feels it's totally like Saturday morning cartoon. I love the feel to it. And I love the fact that he weaves all those story bits together. Because that just sounds completely up my alley.
Yeah, I'm a Saturday morning baby myself.
Exactly.
I loved it. Ghostbusters was my go-to. I loved Ghostbusters.
I gotta say,
like the real Ghostbusters, and then
I love the real
Transformers and
Ghostbusters.
G.I. Joe, like those are great.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because your book does feel like it has a Saturday morning feel to it.
Well, this is I actually had to put this. I put this banner up quick today because the work is currently getting colored now. So I thought I'd put a temporary banner up until I get more things up. But I also just had a baby, so the plan was to release 2 Kickstarters this year.
Right.
Like I did last year. I released 2 Kickstarters, and I released books 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. But because of a newborn baby and dealing with that's set behind schedule, so I decided to release all 4 comic books in October. So, and that'll end the story. So that's because I still wanted to get them out this year because I got other plans, other things I want to do. So, and I don't like my plan. I'm very much a stick to the plan guy. So if I said I'm going to get this out this year, I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure it stays.
That's a good thing.
This year, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I put this together to today. So it's just so we have. Hey, I got 35 followers already. That's pretty good. Because I put this up a few hours ago.
You put this together today?
Yeah, I put this up a few hours ago.
I thought for a second, like, does he have a coloring book aspect to it?
No, that's why there's no colors to it. I just threw some grays in the back so it wasn't all white.
Dude, for something you threw up today, this is excellent because I thought it was part of the campaign.
No, it's there's going to be like all of this will be colored. So if whoever follows this, if you look back, there'll be more and more information filling out. And actually, you know what I should share? So there's more to show. I put a link in our private chat, but it's the link to basically the last Kickstarter because it's got a lot of aspects of what the story is, anyways, and it gives you a little something more to look at than just the bunny.
I like the bunny.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. But I actually did a bunny cover. Oh, it's right here. I actually did one of the variant covers. Was the bunny cover?
Oh, it's my favorite cover.
Bam. So it's because I wanted to do something that was kind of like just a stylized thing. So I did that bunny cover. And that's the only artwork I've done for this. Well, not really. There's little bits in there that I adjust myself. That's easier for me to just fix myself instead of sending it to Marco, who's in Italy, who's my illustrator. So sometimes it's just easier for me to draw it myself on it. So he probably gets the copies when I send them to him. And he was like, where'd this come from? He had this big scene. Actually, it's probably in what book is it? Would it be in? Yeah, it was this scene here. So he drew this scene that was guys like jumping into a fight, and like I added the fight in there because I was like, I feel this needs some text. So I put the word fight within his art, right? So I had to.
I'm a big Batman fan, but I'm not gonna say that.
He sent me the page and it looked great, and then I was like added color and I was like, okay, it looks even better, but then I was like, it needs something, so I put the fight in there. And the fact that the banner is right now showing one of our alternate sexy covers, because we have variants, right? So we have our basic covers, which are standards, which look something like this, like that's issue 1, right? And then we'll have our guest artist covers, which, well, I was the guest artist on this one, but we have like covers from here's one. Hold on. Derek Loffman. He's great. He's a good friend of mine. He did this cover. He's done plenty of successful Kickstarters himself. Who's drawing right now? He's drawing I keep forgetting what it's called. The Fairyland Tales.
Oh, I know Fairyland Tales. Yeah.
So he's illustrating that right now. This is the sexy cover, and it's laminate, so like the sexy covers are shinier. And if you notice right here, it says it's the obligatory sex pod edition. And that was the joke, because before I did my first Kickstarter, I'm very much a like do your homework type of guy, right? So when I was looking at what makes a successful Kickstarter, it was like apparently it's half naked women in space Like that's what it just seemed like. You need to have like big breasted women in bikinis, you know, getting into fights, and that sells. And then my wife is like, well, why don't you do a cover like that? And I was like, that doesn't matter. There's nothing sexy. There's nothing sexy about my book. I don't even know how to relate that to my story. So I was like, I get it. I know what I'll do. I'll just take an aspect of the book. Like there's a part of the book where you see zombies in a pool. And so I was like, oh, I'll show that part. And then I'll have a sexy, you know, like this panel right here. Where is it? That one right here. You see zombies in a pool. That's pretty much it. So I was like, okay, let's take that and let's have a sexy girl coming out of the pool. And I got Larry Twasson, who's an amazing artist, and he did 2 covers. He did that one and the sexy variant for issue 4, which is like the female version of, because there's the basic cover for issue 4 is you can kind of see it in that little shortcut. It's on this page somewhere. It's a bunch of guys just fighting and scrapping.
Oh, I remember that cover. Yeah.
And so I did a sexy version of that, which was just all the girls in the bar fighting and scrapping, but it got sexier because they were ripping out their tops. So that was the ideal. And the only way I could, there's that cover, them fighting. But the only way I could tie it in was by putting that badge on there that said the obligatory sex pot edition, because I was like, it's making fun of itself. And because that's the humor in the comic book. Like they're very call themselves out on their own shit type of thing. So I wanted to do that. I was like, I want to call it like, I'm being blatantly obvious. This is why I'm doing this cover. So it sells. So if people want the sexy cover, they can take it. But there's the regular covers. I have, guest artists, and I have the covers you're looking at here were illustrated by Marco Leone, who's,
I gotta say, you actually put a lot of thought into the sexy cover. Most people don't put that much thought into it.
No, I do. They had to sink in somehow. So yeah, the sexy cover for this. If you go to the sexy covers, which is on this page, you'll notice the fight cover for issue 4, and then if you go to the sexy covers, you'll see how it ties in. There's the guest covers. I did the pink one, and then sexy covers are coming up next, and here they go. See, it's a bunch of girls fighting in the bar. So yeah, I try to tie them all in somehow.
Like I said, though, a lot of people, they just do a sexy cover. They don't think it through. It's like, it's just a sexy cover. No,
I can't. I couldn't just do it. I couldn't just do a sexy cover. It needed to tie back to the story. It needed to play in with the humor. I guess that's just the way I roll. But yeah, so I've been doing, like, the first Kickstarter was issues 1 and 2. Then the second Kickstarter was 3 and 4. And because of the baby, everything got delayed. So I'm doing issues 5, 6, 7, 8, which is going to wrap up the story. It's not going to kill. Like, it's not going to like kill off everybody in the book or whatever. Like, the universe will continue. Right. But it's going to wrap up this story. That way I can take a break and kind of step back, because I don't want people just waiting forever for the story to end. So that's the process right now. But because I'm behind, the pages are being colored as we speak. So I'm racing to get it done by October to have something to show so I can make the page. So like this is pretty, but I don't have this for the new Kickstarter, so I'm trying to put that together. And I'm trying to do something. I'm hoping I can pull it off, but I'm trying to put together a collector's box. Ooh. So basically I've designed it. It looks sweet. It holds 8 books. So it would hold basically 8 books in a nice little box that'd be shiny. It would be a nice thickness. It would have a clear sleeve cover. It'd be all arty. The sleeve color would be clear and transparent, and it would sit with your shelf with your other trade paperbacks. Ooh. Because everybody was asking for like a collected edition, right? For like a trade edition. And I was like, I don't know if I want to make that, because in order to try to get the costs low on the next runs, I ordered a lot. I got a lot of books. So right. I was like, well, I can't just hold back on these books and not sell them. So I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll just put them in a collected box. That way everybody can get the whole set. It'll sit on your shelf.
That sounds like a great idea. It's also a good way to keep them safe.
Yeah, and I'm going to
put it right next to my Miller and Jansen.
Exactly.
Dark Knight 3, I got on my shelf there, Mark.
So yeah, I thought that'd be a good way for people to collect it. And I get it, right? Because when it comes to indie, there's because I'm new to indie. I only started last year. Right, like I was like lost. The year before that was me trying to get to know what the hell's going on, and then last year's when I launched the 2 Kickstarters. It's the first time I worked with like Marco. It was like, so I like started really fast, right, and it did well, which is great. And I go to the shows, and the shows does well. People seem to love the book. It's been reviewed well, so that's excellent. and I'm excited to like wrap up the story. And if anybody's read issues 1 through 4, and if anybody's curious, issue 1 is free. You can go online and read issue 1 on like Comixology.
Yes,
I put it up there, and
it's just there. Very easy. Great book to go look at. Go check it out.
And so what I was going to do with this, with the 4 issues, is other than wrap up the story, it gets you get in the last, especially the last 2 books, you get a darker tone. It takes a serious tone because these characters, it's a dark comedy, so there is like the mob guys are always very serious,
right?
Jack and his friends are kind of goofballs because they don't even know they're being hunted by the mob, and they are. And they're just dealing with their lives, and it starts getting more and more serious as the mob gets closer and closer to them. And then when that collision of personalities happens, it gets very real, and there's some like kind of deep moments for the characters, and you'll see the characters kind of step out of their comfort zone, and like, you know, characters you wouldn't expect to be the hero, you know, they'll do something heroic, or people that you wouldn't expect to be like break down to be emotional, they'll show some emotion. So it shows kind of like the range of these characters, like they're more than just what you've seen so far, right? They've got more dimensions to them.
Exactly.
So it kind of, I like it because it allows you to see more into those characters, and you learn a lot more about their past. And in these 4 books, I also start introducing new characters that there was a new character introduced in book 4 that carries on through the rest of the series,
right?
But in books 5, 6, 7, 8, there's going to be some characters introduced that they're more plants for future stories. Like they'll have a little guest spot, but there's plans for them later. And I have backstories for all these characters, so it's not all just throwing things at a wall, see what sticks. Like I have plans for all of them and where they sit in the world. So I hope to get to their stories later, and I think it's gonna be very interesting. I'm very excited about it. And
you can feel the passion. So
another thing that's different about these ones is I wrote these books, the scripts for these books, 12 years ago.
Right.
And I just didn't do anything. I wrote them all 12 years ago and it didn't do anything. But the script for 7 and 8 were very just point form. It was like, this happens, this happens, this happens, this line is said, this line is said. Like it wasn't really formatted. It was just like 64 pages of like me just talking and making notes and talking and making notes, and this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. So like I knew it was gonna happen. But as the story evolved, and I evolved as a writer, I thought I'd like to maybe tweak some of the plans I had, right? So there's some major things going to happen that I didn't originally have planned, but the way the book is going and the way people have taken to certain characters and certain events that have happened, because now that there's like a small fan base, but a fan base, I can go kind of by like their opinions and basically kind of read the room and see what's needed for the story. So, and and I'm in one spot right now where I don't want to go too deep, but something major happens to one of the characters, and it's I was telling like I was telling my wife that, and she's like, you can't do that. I was like, I think I'm going to, though. It's like, I think I'm going to, but we'll see how it turns out. So
that's all. I love all that stuff. I love how it all comes together. I see that our friend has to leave, so why don't you tell the people one more time where they can find you before you go, and that way, of course, they know they're going to find you at AnimeNYC this weekend, but you know what I'm saying.
The plushies will call to them like siren songs.
Exactly.
So all come to me. Yes. First, I want to say, Mark, that I absolutely love seeing your comic, and I can't wait to see the ones that come out in October.
Mm-hmm.
But I will see you all at AnimeNYC this weekend at booth 1243. You'll see me slowly losing my mind. So you'll see me happy Thursday, a little bit of bags, and then by Sunday I'm gonna be crawling on the ground trying to find some sort of light outside. But yeah, so have a great day, you guys. It was amazing to be on here as always, and I'll see you.
You're always welcome, hon.
Yes.
Good luck with the show.
Yes, thank you, Mark, and I'll see you all this weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, folks. AlpacaSews, great, fantastic, cuddly. You guys want it? AnimeNYC. I will show you my interview with the Mothman. Go ahead, Mark. Continue.
I feel like you guys got so much more going on in the States. I'm like, I've got like,
AZ's from Australia, and he's like, tell me.
But yeah, it was. I was like, because I talk with the lesser known comics guys. I don't know if anybody listening is, if you guys are familiar with them. You know, they're like an independent publisher. They help indie creators get their books out.
Nice.
And they helped me a lot. Like, I didn't go under the lesser known comics label because I kind of had my own label planned already, but they've been like a great supporter because I had nobody to talk to, and that's kind of how I reached out to them. Somebody was like talking to me when I was promoting the first Kickstarter. They said, "Oh, you should go talk to Mark from Lesser Known Comics." It's another Mark, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I sent them an email, and he messaged me back right away. And we got on a call. And we talked for like over an hour. I think we talked probably close to 2 hours. And yeah, he was great. The group is great, and they. So if anybody's, reach out to Lesser Known Comics. I actually promoted them. Oh yeah, let me see the. Hold on. Yeah, I promoted them on the back of the book because I was like, I had this space, so I thought I'd just promote like things. So I promoted my YouTube channel. I promoted some, friends indie comics. I promoted Lesser Known Comics, and I did different in different variant covers. Yeah, that's it for that one. But in different variant covers, I promoted different indie books because I figured, why not, right? So you might as well try to spread the word out, because if people are buying my book and they happen to see like, oh, that's cool, look at that, and they'll try that out. Like, if it helps, I'm not charging anybody for it. I'm just doing it. I have the paper space. So I just did a layout and tossed it on there. I don't see the harm. I'm very much in like, if I can help you, I will help you. But I'm so new, I can't do much. Right. So like, I'm the new kid on the block when it comes to comic books. So it's it was scary to getting started, right? Especially as a writer, because there's not a lot of resources for writers, I find, in getting comics. If you look at YouTube, if they're there, they're not easy to find.
For writers, yeah.
It's always about like, hey, are you an artist trying to write a comic? Yeah. No, I'm a writer trying to write a comic. Now what? And it's always breaks down to start watching videos like, okay, I think this is the one, and I start listening to it, and it's like, no, you're talking to artists and how they can write. You're teaching artists how to write comics. It's like, no, how does a writer find an artist? Step one, how do you go about it? How do you get these books printed? Where do you put these books?
God, yeah.
How do you charge these? There's so many questions. How do you lay out a page? So I actually started a channel to like tell my story, but I only did 2 videos, only because I have another YouTube channel, Board Game Coffee.
Exactly.
So, and that's kind of like the side gig I have, and it's all about board games. So it which talking comics does not necessarily translate well, so I don't really talk much comics. So when the Kickstarter's out, I'll be like, hey guys, if anybody's interested in, but then I try not to push it because that's a comic book crowd, a board game crowd. I don't want to like,
you do have a lot of board game people that like comics, but I understand what you're saying. It's not very it doesn't cross,
Yeah, I thought it would more because like I'm like all into geek culture. If it's movies or comics, board games, video games, like that's me. And those are my other than movies, I've had work in, actually technically I have been, when I was in high school, I was like, I did a lot of extra work in movies, but like I love board games. I have a board game YouTube channel. I love comic books. I write my own comic books. I love video games. I've been a video game designer for 25 years. Like, so all my work has always been things I love. And like, if I could recommend anything to anybody, is just like, find what you actually love and get paid to do that.
It's so funny that you say that, because the whole reason this show is the way it is, because I keep being told that I'm doing it wrong, because I just do everything I love, and they're like, you need to concentrate on one thing, Ralph, and I'm like, I'm not concentrated on one thing. I can't concentrate on one.
Yeah,
we cover all the geekdom.
If it was just one thing, it'd be so boring. So that's what makes.
Oh my god, yeah. AZ saying the screenplay YouTubes really help a lot. They do. Folks, if you're looking for information, these are the days where you can actually find it, especially on YouTube. But there are a lot of books out there. You have to look for them, or that help you with writing comics.
Yeah, and again, if I can go back to it, I will continue making those videos and kind of talk about my journey. So it'd be good because it's like, even though I'm not a pro, it's like my journey as a noob. And here's all the screw ups I did. Here's the things I did right. And I think I actually did more right than wrong in some cases. If I was to pick the biggest lesson I've learned, I think, is my next story is going to be a trade and not individual issues. Because from my experience, I think the trades will sell better from the people I've met, because from what I've gathered, again my limited experience, people will come to your book or your booth and they'll buy a book or 2 books or whatever you have, but they don't know if they're going to see you again. They don't know if you're going to finish the story. Like, are they investing into something that's going nowhere? Are they going to see you again to buy these books again? Because you're not as accessible as like going to the comic book store, because you're not at the comic book store. But if there's a trade and the story's all there, then they can just sit. Excuse me.
Especially at a convention,
buy it and be like, "Hey, this is beginning to end, done, great." And that's what I want to try to do with that collector's box, where all the books fit in there. I want to sell that. That's
I like the idea, and I like it's because I still like single issues. I like the fact that you're putting it into a box and it's all 8 issues, and I, because to me, I still like the individual issues. There's still something there, and when you think comic books, you think individual issues.
Yeah, like I'm a single issue guy myself. Like because I'm a collector at heart, right? So like I love just collecting things. At one point I had to stop buying comic books. I have too many. I'm up to 49 bins now. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
So I was like, they're in my bedroom. So I was like, I stopped for years. I just bought digital. And one day I spent $450 buying digital comics, and which is a lot, because there was like a sale where it was like all these classic Batman were like 50 cents. So I bought tons of those. So I went looking for all these sales of all these books I wanted to read. So for $450, and the most I spent on any of the books were like $1.25. That's a lot of books. So, so I just bought tons of them. I just went to town, and but yeah. And now with my newborn, I'm so behind. I haven't had a chance to read, because I'm the one that takes the first shift. So I'll stay up late with him, make sure he's okay, but I can't read because he can't sleep unless he's on top of me. I can't read comic books there. But I've been able to play more video games though, because with him on his chest, I can have the
you can continue with comic books. You kind of have to have
too hard. It's too hard. He clicks once, and it's gonna tear a page.
Oh, definitely. Shit. Or you're gonna slobber or pee or poop.
Yeah, I can't do it. So like I am so behind. Like my stack of books was big before, but now like they're not even bag. I like to bag and board them and sort them right away, so I just grab off the top of the stack and read in the order. But now I have like a mishmash stack of like whatever books. I don't know if I'm missing them, because I'm like going to the comic book store, they're putting them away, but I'm like 2 weeks late picking them up, and then something might have gone missing. I don't know, because I can't follow.
That's what usually happens, and you don't know later on.
A stack like my stack's probably like that unbagged, and that's like unbagged. That doesn't count the stack I've already have that's bagged and organized. That was a lot already, and now I have like unbagged stack just like that. That's a lot with no bags.
That's a lot.
So no bags, no boards. That's a pretty thick stack. And I love the hobby, and I love writing the story, and I'm happy people are liking it. My biggest issue, and one of the things I definitely have to learn, is how to get the word out more, right? Because it's always like, and I think, where in your experience, do you guys think it's better to have banners? Because I have my banners that say "So-Called Living" and they have the art on it, and it looks great. So when I go to the booth, I have those, but I don't have my name anywhere on there. But every time I go and I see these guys, they'll have their name. So it's like, it doesn't say Mark Maia, So-Called Living. So does it help? Does that make it that indie person to you seem more like, oh,
well, it makes you easier
that's that writer.
To find. You heard, Mark? It makes you easier to find.
Okay, so like people would like, because right now you could search "So-Called Living" anywhere and you'll find me.
How are you branding yourself, Mark? I mean, are you branding by the book? Are you branding by your name?
No, I'm branding of the book, so it's all "So-Called Living" everywhere.
Yeah, I would have the name of your book, right, and then have your name below it.
Yeah,
that we have both. That way, people can tie your book to your name, just like you do on a cover.
All right. If I don't get time to print new banners, it's going to be duct tape marker.
Well, no, you joke, but I did Garden State Comic Fest this summer, and I met this guy, Manasquan Batman, and he gave us this really cool sign, right? And it's like Friends of Manasquan Batman. I put it in my booth every time I go now, so I just straight up with some fishing wire. You can do the same thing with your name. Just stick your name like on some foam board and string it up on top of your banner. You all set to go. You're good. It takes like 10 minutes.
Okay, you guys convinced me.
So James is saying, I hope that the issue collector's sleeve becomes a thing. I agree.
So Jamie is actually doing one of my he's doing one of my covers. He's a good friend of mine. He's a very talented artist. And hey Jamie, how's it going, buddy? I actually shared I don't know if you wanted me to share it yet, but I shared an early concept of I'll share it in this chat so you can put it up. But he's doing 2 covers as for the variant covers that put together and make one big cover. So I have an Instagram post I just shared, and it's got like, it's still like not finished, but you can flip through it and there's some close-ups. So yeah, so it's great. Like there's Werewolf and there's Casper, character that nobody knows yet, but you will. There's Nick and another werewolf. There's Tim. So
and we bring you behind the scenes.
Yeah, and that's the layout. Like this hasn't been. The bunny does not exist in it. That was just I just tagged that on the post.
I think the bunny should be there.
The bunny's in our logos. It's in a lot of places. It's not there. But yeah, so that was like I shared that out today because I thought it was great. I think it was going to be super cool.
This looks fantastic. Yeah, it does.
And I didn't want to mess up, so I told him like take the full page. I'm not going to put the title on these ones. The title's going to go on the back. So, which I see Marvel and DC do all the time now. They put a variant and the title will be on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'll look great. I think James doing a great job. I love the intensity of that first shot where you saw like they're face to face and you're just yanking on them. I dug that, man. It's James doing a great job. I can't wait to see when this is finished.
Oh, I can't wait to see how this looks in the end too, as well. And it's funny that we're talking Saturday morning cartoons. This has such a Saturday morning feel.
Yep. And Jamie, he's gotten a sneak peek. I showed him the sleeve that I was considering.
No wonder he's like, "Oh, I want to see this."
If I had a link to it, I would share it to you. But then again, I'm afraid to promise it, and then it'd be like, "I can't do that. It's way too expensive."
Oh yeah, because when you promise it, then you got to do it.
I'm costing it out now. Like I'm in the middle of talking to various people to cost it out to see what it's like. Because ideally, what I'd like to do is. I'm not looking to make money on these boxes. If I could, I'll give them out free. If I can get them cheap enough, I will throw them in with the books. If people buy 4, 5, 6, they'll get the box.
That could be the deal. Yeah.
But if I have to, then I'll charge like $1 or $2, whatever. Like if it costs too much, because like I'll like I said, I printed a lot of books to try to lower the cost, and I plan to go big on the next one, like. Print large to lower the cost, to bring the cost down, because I'm not looking to make it rich on these books. I just want people to see the story. I just want to get the story, because like when I was a kid reading these books, it was funny because I was that Maxwell, right, was saying how he get lost in the stories and be like, I'm like, I read tons of books tons of comic books when I was a teenager, and I started reading when I was 15, so a little later than some, but I always read them and I was always impressed. It was like, that's so cool that you could entertain me like that. I never got lost into like I'm this character. I never got lost in the world, but I was always lost in the idea that, hey, this person really entertained me. I want to be able to entertain other people. Right. So I just want to make something that entertains people. So that, I guess that's actually all now that I think about it, everything I've done in my career, designing video games, doing a YouTube channel, writing comic books, it's all to entertain people. So I guess that part of me has never stopped. Right. So I've always just wanted to do that. I think it's really cool. So
AZ says that the social and links pushing everything to Substack and Discord so you can contact your entire fan base at the click of a button.
Yeah, that's okay. It's cool. I'm like a Discord noob. It's probably because I'm old.
Dude, everybody keeps trying to put me onto Discord, and I still don't understand the whole thing. There goes the son of Saint. Yeah. Angel, how you doing?
Yeah, Discord's for the young people. So,
dude, I don't understand this, and I've tried to understand it a bunch of times. But Mark, I think you're doing a good job. I feel like you're coming across, and you can feel the passion when it comes to your project.
Thanks, man. I hope so, and I hope people I've made some made some mistakes here and there, and try to course correct because I'm not. Again, I'm just trying to put out a good book. So I appreciate. I hope people recognize that I generally love this and want to share it with them. So that's all. I'll talk forever. So I should just stop.
I don't worry. That's what you're here for. You're to talk about all the beautiful stuff. And you haven't been on for a while. So.
Sure. Well, poor Paul's at the end of the line, and he got stopped by behind the guy.
He's like you. He's a co-host. But Paul, go ahead.
Always here.
Tell all the good stuff, Paul.
Ralph hooked me up, and it's like I can't leave. So.
Go ahead, Paul. Explain to them who you are.
Yeah, sure. So I am the creator of Time Enforcers, which is an interactive digital comic role-playing video game that makes learning history fun. And we've got some big news. We were accepted as a fiscal sponsor through Fractured Atlas. So, nice. Yeah, we are in the midst of developing an education program for schools, and we have this program set up where you can make tax-deductible contributions to Time Enforcers through Fractured Atlas. So our goal is to get $1,000 raised, and once we have that $1,000 raised, we'll be able to go and start securing grants from the National Endowment for the Humanities.
Nice.
And yeah, we're really excited. I mean, this is a big leap. It's really going to help us take
really needed this
Time Enforcers to the education level. So really excited about that.
And you really needed this help because doing it all by yourself is a job and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping that we can get talent on board, get programmers on board, get musicians on board, everyone that needs to put together for a video game, and then make this so that we can position it as a curriculum for schools. It's really important to me to get social sciences back in the play. I mean, everything's about STEAM now, which is great. But, social sciences are kind of getting left behind, and history is cool. Let's face it. I mean, where can you find the best stories in the Dark Ages or during Trojan Wars or wherever they may be with Greek mythology? There's where history comes into play. And there's just so much available in terms of, content in developing future levels for this game. I'm just really excited about it. Episode 1 is available in the App Store still. You can get it for $2. For your iOS device, for your Android device, for Mac and PC desktops. And sales are doing pretty well at this point. I'm pretty excited. We've gotten some really great reviews. I know that people have come in from Bit and Apple TV, got the game and then provided us some really fantastic reviews. So that really warms my heart. I mean, I really, want to make this a project that will be appreciated and hopefully spark some curiosity with kids and want to learn more about the characters that about the real life characters these characters are based on in the game. And so we're currently, like I said, episode 1's out, and just a really quick recap of what's happening. The Galactic Space-Time Consortium is being attacked by they don't know who. And so they call up the Time Enforcer Corps to come to their aid to figure out what's going on. And so episode 1 is dealing with the first character that we introduced was Kaizen. He's a samurai warrior from feudal Japan. So you jump back to feudal Japan in terms of time to 1453 and start figuring out what's happening with the disruptions in the timeline. And so with that, we're working on episode 2 next, and we're going to be introducing new characters. One will be Amelia Earhart. She's going to be featured as a Galaga experience with the game. So if you remember Galaga from the 90s, where you fly in a spaceship, you'll be flying Amelia's Vega 6 3D to transport from our realm to the transdimensional realm to continue to battle aliens in there. And then we'll also be introducing 2 new characters along with Amelia. We're going to be introducing Togo, the sled dog from the 1925 Serum Run. He's going to have a little microphone on his head so he can speak English to everyone instead of barking. And then we're going to be introducing a new character, Detective Nico Time. who's inspired by the detectives from the 1930s and 40s, film noir movies like Sam Spade, Philip Marlowe, and Johnny Dollar. And Ralph, I gave him the script, but I haven't seen anything yet or heard anything from him in terms of what it's going to sound like. So I'm leaving it up to him to get some voice acting done. I'm waiting for him to come back. So we're pretty excited about that. Ralph will be doing Nico Time in the game. So we're really excited about that. It's a fun project for me. I really enjoy doing it. The avenues for content are really vast. It's as vast as history itself. And I just see this going on for a long time as long as I keep it going and get the help to do it, which would be great. So the Fractured Atlas is really a great opportunity for us. So hopefully I can raise some capital to hire more people to help me out and get this launched and going, which is really cool.
Yeah, love what you're doing, dude. I was like, okay, cool. I like that you found this in order to help you, get some kind of money flowing, because I know it gets kind of difficult pulling all of this out of your own pocket, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's what's great about it's like a Kickstarter appeal. You can donate money as a total tax deduction, but I've also added. It's really too bad I can't add the photos in, but there's different levels like a Kickstarter where if you donate like $10, you get a set of digital wallpapers, and then a portion of the proceeds actually goes towards the nonprofit section. We're giving away our fidget guys for the Inquisitor as one level. We have
Nice.
T-shirts, either No One Can Stop Me or the white T-shirt available for one level. We have the baseball caps available as well. So if you want to get a baseball cap, you can do that. And then the ultimate level, we have, we call the Timeline Guardian, where you get a signed poster by me along with, all the stuff that's featured, that I just showed you. So it's kind of cool. It's just it's unfortunate I can't show the pictures, but if you click like the one time button there, Ralph, you'll see it'll go to another page and it'll bring you to, that's where you see the levels listed, and they're just text levels. I mean, this is something that Fractured Atlas pulls together, but if you can read through, you can donate, $10, $25, $50, 150, 75, 100, and I think 250 and 500. So shooting for the moon, but if you just want to make a monetary donation, you can do that too, any amount. So it could be 1, 5, whatever you feel comfortable with. But the whole point is we want to raise $1,000. Once we've met that $1,000 goal through Fractured Atlas, I can get them to help me solicit grants from the National Endowment for the Humanities. So that's going to be pretty exciting.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Is whenever you're on camera, I think you should wear that outfit with the pipe that you had in that thumbnail. I love it because I didn't. At first, I didn't realize that was you, but I was like, I want to hear whatever that guy's got to say.
Oh yeah, you should watch the video, Mark. I had a lot of fun doing it. I did that for the pitch for this whole Fractured Atlas and actually EdTech Week, which is coming up in October. And it's like 2 minutes long, but it's really funny. I find it really hysterical. It's probably about 30 seconds too long, but it's really fun.
I enjoy making those videos too. Like I have two videos, like one for each Kickstarter page I did, and I really don't know if I'll have time to make one for this one, which is kind of a bummer because I really enjoyed making them because they're kind of funny. And the first one I did, I had this kind of old movie reel feel to it, where the movie reel was like.
Yeah.
And the second one, I upgraded it a bit, so it was like a VCR. So it's like we're moving up.
You get the resolution lines in it. It's
so
cool.
Yeah, so the resolution lines. And if
check this out. Check this out. If you get to I'd say about a minute in, you'll see how much fun it really is. So it's really cool.
Well, if Ralph comes back, maybe he can play these videos.
Yeah, it'd be great.
He's gone forever. It might just be me and you.
On us.
It's just me and you now.
Yeah, we can do it. No problem. I've co-hosted before. If you ask me to do something electronic, I have no idea what he's doing in the back end. But yeah, we can just talk. But yeah, it's just this has been a passion project for me. I mean, this came out of COVID. I saw what my son was going through in terms of the learning virtual experience, and it was just not great. And so, the answer is not to throw more technology at kids, it's to throw content at them, and intelligent content. Because let's face it, kids are smart. They know how to discern what is good and what's not. If you throw information at them that they want to consume, they'll consume it and they'll have fun doing it. And that's really the whole point behind making, learning history fun, is really provide them an experience instead of just learning about what date the Norman Conquest happened. Who cares about that? I mean, I want to hear about who did what during the Norman Conquest and actually what transpired during that time, not necessarily what year it occurred. So it's just that's really where I'm going with this. It's really meant to poke a lot of fun at different eras. I mean, we're going to introduce a kaiju in episode 3. We're going to have Benjamin Banneker in episode 3. He's the African American there in the page. He's he invented a wooden clock, and was the first invention of the wooden clock in the colonies during the American Revolution time. And then he also was a surveyor for Washington. So that's kind of where the kaiju is going to drop in when he's surveying Washington. So I'm pretty excited about that. Should be a lot of fun.
Hey, Ralph's back. Maybe he can play some videos.
Yeah, play the video, man. That was pretty funny.
All right. I like the video. I can play it. Hold on.
And welcome. Paul Hebert here, speaking to you from the historic Thomas Nast Library right here in Morristown, New Jersey. I'm excited to tell you all about an education platform that will revolutionize the edtech industry, Time Enforcers. Our story begins with a video game adventure that combines comic book style storytelling and arcade style role-playing action that makes learning history fun. How cool is that? The concept for this game is an idea that came about during the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead of making virtual learning a chore, Time Enforcers is built to gamify learning, featuring the exploits of people from the past and the cultures in which they lived. Utilizing universal design for learning, Time Enforcers promotes critical thinking, literacy, and above all, active learning. One of our goals is to make Time Enforcers a classroom-based experience that will transform the learning of history and social sciences for students. In our first episode of our adventure, temporal disruptions are occurring across multiple eras in history. The Galactic Space-Time Consortium, watchful guardians of our timeline, have called the Time Enforcer Agent Corps to identify the causes of these disturbances. I thought it would be great if you could hear from one of the founders of the Galactic Space-Time Consortium, himself, Professor C.T. Howgans, Director of Temporal Dynamics, to see how things are developing at this time. C.T., are you there?
Blast it, Paul. Couldn't you have picked a better time to drop in? It's total chaos here. The outer defenses of the GSTC headquarters have been breached. Time portals are destabilizing. The archives are under siege. The very timeline itself is at risk of collapse. We need to call in every recruit we can to the GSTC to help out. I can't speak now. I have to go. Nick, Amelia, HG, Ben, shore up those outer defenses. Stat!
Friends, this is not good. This is not good at all. The Galactic Space-Time Consortium is under attack, and the Time Enforcers need your help. Join the mission today. You can download episode 1 from your favorite app store and play it on your iOS or Android device, or load it on your PC or Mac desktop. Not sure where to download it? Head to timeenforcers.com/get. Thanks for watching, and hang in there, gang. We can defeat this enemy if it takes every Time Enforcer to do it.
Oh my God, dude! This just reminds me of when you're getting ready for a ride at a park.
I don't know why you're not wearing an ascot right now.
Exactly.
I had so many bubbles in my lap; it was unbelievable. I was drenched.
Hey, Ralph, any chance? Is there? I don't know when you want to call this. But is there any time to show Paul the video from the Kickstarter page?
Oh yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's about 2 minutes. Ish.
There it goes. No,
I was saying I had fun doing these, but
hold on, it's all the way over
we'll be
here.
able to make one again.
Well, you know, the videos always help out. You know, some people think that they're good, some people think they're bad, but I think that they help out because it kind of gives you the audience an idea of what you're trying to get done.
It definitely does. Like I want to do one. I just the timelines.
Oh, believe me, we know. All right, here we go. Let's go to the videotape. Hey,
go full frame.
Hold on. Something's up over here.
Okay, and the fact that you see the sexy zombie girl too, that wasn't the original banner when this was live. Right?
Jack is back, baby. If you're a fan or were even moderately entertained by So-Called Living Books 1 and 2, then you're going to love Books 3 and 4. This time around, we've got more action, more laughs, and more of these guys who are not to be trifled with. And the return of everyone's favorite BFBs, Nick and Casper. If you missed it the first time, So-Called Living is a dark comedy about a guy named Jack who gets turned into a vampire and has to learn to adapt to this new way of living. And unbeknownst to Jack, the mob has gotten wind of his newly sired vampire status, and they are very interested, but not in a good way. Books 3 and 4 also introduce some new characters that will play a pivotal role in our evolving storyline, some of which are sure to become fan favorites.
Who's Jenny?
But you know what the best part is? Marco Leone is back. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The amazing artist who poured all that visual goodness into your eyeballs the first time around has got a gravy boat full of artistry that will delight your corneas. A ladle of...
Okay, enough with the food metaphors. We get it. Marco's good, and we're lucky to have him. Just say that.
I was just doing a thing.
I know. Stop it.
Okay, we're really lucky to have Marco. He's really good at the drawings. And that's not all. For our elite covers, we've snagged Doug Wright Award nominee and all-around good guy, John Little, to grace us with this fantastic variant for Book 3. And for our Book 4 elite cover, we have a rare treat indeed, brought to us by the one, the only, Mark Maia. Yeah, I drew this one. Now, if you're looking for variants of the sexy persuasion, allow me to introduce you to our obligatory sexbot editions. This time around, we've called upon the ridiculously talented Larry Twasson to produce a set of what could possibly be our sexiest covers yet. And for our returning backers who joined the Blood Bunny Colony the first time around, check your email for a special deal exclusive to you. Now, if you haven't joined the colony yet, we've got you covered. These adorable keychains are up for grabs yet again. By picking one up, you will be automatically inducted into the Blood Bunny Colony, which unlocks special deals on all future So-Called Living Kickstarters. But most importantly, you need to know that without you, none of this would have been possible. And for that, I am forever grateful. Thank you.
There you got it.
It's hysterical, Mark. I love it.
I still like that ending tune. That's from our Board Game Coffee YouTube channel. That last beat, I just reused it. I was like, yeah, just do a callback to the YouTube channel.
Hey, dude, you got to. It's like putting a little signature at the end.
But yeah, those videos are fun to do. I just don't know if I'll have time to do one for this. kind of bum me out.
Well, you can always go with a video that just showcases the book itself. There's so many different directions.
I can't do it simple. Yeah. I can't do that twice.
I know.
I'm very much an all or nothing type of guy.
You want to do the fun, or just like Paul wants to do the fun.
And the idea, like you heard, like that was my wife that interrupted me at one point, and she was like, "That's a callback from our the YouTube channel as well." When I do reviews and previews, we do a lot of skits, and it's usually her berating me from off camera. So That was a callback to that. But it was fun. They're fun.
It works. I'm looking forward to this. So you're saying October, right?
Yeah, October. Sorry, mid to late October is the target date.
Which is good because that means you'll be back for our 10th anniversary because we are 10 years in October, folks. That's right. Bit and Apple TV's been 10 years doing this beautiful stuff, whether it was at the cons or here online. So
it's a long time. It's a lot of dedication.
Exactly. Join us for our 10th year anniversary, and you'll see Mark hanging out with us and showing off all this beautiful stuff. And of course, you will also see, I might as well put this up right now because it's time for a shameless plug, folks. You heard me right. It's time for a shameless plug because Jorge Medina has his shameless plug already. You know, right now it's at the sign up to get notified, just like Mark is. So go there, and he will be kicking this off in October as well. So October is going to be a banging, clicking month for us as we do have all our friends on doing all the beautiful stuff and doing more shameless plugs. Dude, come on, look at this guy. He's cute. So right now, go and sign up to get notified because that helps out a lot. If you want to help out Mark, if you want to help out Jorge, the best thing to do is sign up to get notified, and it's free to do, folks. It's free to sign up to get notified, and it helps the project start off in a good place in the algorithm.
Mm-hmm. And no commitment.
Exactly. No commitment at all. Let's see. Somebody was jumping on. Oh, Andrew's jumping on, going, "Yep, get paid to do what you love." Exactly. Folks, that's the whole thing. You know, we're nobody's really making any money off of any of this stuff. They're just trying to get their books in front of you, their project in front of you, what they're doing in front of you. You know, we're all just trying to share our passions with you, whether it's history, comics, board games, video games. Dudes, you know, we are geeks having fun, and we want you to have fun with us. Right?
Amen.
Oh my God. So, you know, you got our so-called living. You got Time Enforcers. You got AlpacaSews. You got Dr. Dolittle and the Creature Catchers. Come on, folks. There's so much stuff for you guys to go check out and geek out with. And of course, this weekend, we will be at AnimeNYC hanging out with the professor as he walks through the convention doing his thing. Right,
I only get tickets for Sunday, so just let you know, CT will be there on Sunday. Saturday was sold out.
So you're doing Sunday instead of Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to do Sunday because Sunday's the one where all the tickets are still there.
Yeah. Friday's there too, but I just came off vacation, so I don't think anything another day.
You're better off Sunday. Sunday's the family day.
Yeah.
Sunday's the family day.
I get to see Emily like totally wasted, so it'll be good.
Yeah, folks, go check it out. And of course, we will show you the beautiful Mothman at from AlpacaSews because you guys got to see this guy.
Well, for any Canadians listening, look for me at Fan Expo in Toronto. I'll be there all 4 days. I don't have a table or anything. I'll just be walking around. I'll just be fanboning out. What? Yeah.
It makes it even more fun. That means hey, how about this? You take some stuff with you. You tell the people to find you at Fan Expo, and if they find you, they get a special treat.
Sure.
I hand stuff out all the time, Mark. I think you'd be really effective if you dress up as a bunny.
Especially if they sign up to get notified. But,
just if that costume's wrong, I would die of heat exhaustion.
I die
of heat exhaustion all the time.
I like passing out from a stupid wig. I can't imagine dressed up in full bunny.
My favorite thing is when the eyebrows and the mustache.
Unless it's a Playboy bunny costume, you know, maybe I'll get one of those skimpy suits, just like a skimpy suit with the fuzzy tail and the ears.
So wait, Fan Expo is this weekend?
Yeah, it starts Thursday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So find Mark Maia. I know, because it's like Gaia.
Yep.
But for some reason, I'm thinking Mia. Why am I thinking Mia? There's something there, folks.
It's all right. I used to get my names wrong all the time. I'd get Maia.
See, but I know your name because we had the discussion about the fact that it's just like Gaia. And I love Gaia.
And it's also, people have been getting it right more often now than not, because Maya has become such a popular name for girls. So people see it and they're like, oh, that's just another way to spell Maya, the girl name I know. Because I've seen it spelled, well, Maia, Maya, Maja. I've seen it spelled. I've seen Maya spelled in a few different ways. So
folks, find Mark Fan Expo, and maybe you'll get something for him. Especially if you sign up to get notified.
Yep, not for me. I'll carry some stuff with me, a limited amount.
Dude, that makes it even better. That means they got to find you early.
Yeah, find me fast.
Exactly.
I won't be wearing this hat, so it's a bit of a mystery. I'll be wearing a Soho Living shirt one day. So
I gotta say that the long hair is giving you a Clark Kent feel.
It kind of looks like a mullet in my hat. But I was playing baseball outside with my son. Well, like t-ball. I'm just teaching him. He's 3, so I'm teaching him how to play. And when I put a hat on, my hair is naturally like curly, but when I put a hat on, it straightens it out, and it looks like weird. No, it gets flat because I pull it back and I put my hat on, and I lose all the curl, and it looks like some weird 70s dad vibe, and I don't care for it.
Dude.
See?
Okay, when I put a hat on, it goes curly, and I look all Magnum PI.
Mine goes flat. My hair's it goes so flat and pliable. So but the back is curly because the back doesn't go in the hat. So, but yeah, it gets flat. But if I don't, like when I wake up tomorrow, it'll be like poof.
Yeah, I go all Magnum PI. I get all the curls coming out through the side. All right, folks, you got missions. You got to go to AnimeNYC and find us. If you find us, you'll get something special, or you'll be in the trailer. And if you are in Fan Expo, you can go find Mark, and you might get something from him if you find him early enough.
Yeah, that's right. Find me early. Tell me you love so-called living.
Exactly. All right, folks.
Buttons and stickers. I don't know what I'll have. I get big pockets in my lab coat, so I'm good.
The professor always has something. So
I love handing stuff out to people.
Anything else before we go, guys?
No, that's it for me. Oh, well, just follow the Kickstarter page.
There you go. All the links are in the comments.
I commit too, Mark. Don't worry about it. You got it. I'm not one of those followers that say, I'll just sign up. No, I'll commit. Don't worry. Got you covered, pal.
Excellent.
There you have it, folks. That's how you do it. We raise each other up. We raise each other. We teamwork, folks. Teamwork.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Let's see what we got over here on this show. When it ends, this happens. By the way, folks, join us Wednesday